Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And today, Charles Barkley has announced he is retiring after the 2024-25 season. Obviously, Charles Barkley has been retired from basketball for 24 years now. That's crazy to say. 24 years Charles Barkley's been retired as a player. But now Charles Barkley has announced his retirement for the second time in his career. This time, he's retiring from media basketball. Charles Barkley is announcing that after the 2024-25 NBA season, no matter what happens with all the contract issues, all the talks that have been happening recently about TNT potentially getting the NBA back, and all these other places want to potentially buy the NBA rights. Amazon, has been mentioned. Also NBC, so many other potential streaming apps or networks trying to buy the NBA, NBA TV rights. Charles Barkley's announced he's retiring wherever he goes. And honestly, I don't know if I believe this. I don't. Obviously, someone could change their mind about something, but Barkley has been saying that, he had a contract, he had a specific contract with TNT. So if TNT lost the NBA, that he can go wherever the NBA would go. He would go wherever the NBA, whoever had the NBA rights, the new NBA right holder, whether it was going to be NBC or it was going to be, this is what Barkley said. I think it was on the Dan Patrick show or the Rich Eisen show. Barkley said something like, whether it's Apple or it's Amazon or it's NBC, I plan on going there. And obviously I think Barkley wants to be back with the inside the NBA crew, with Kenny, and Ernie, and Shaq. But I just don't. I didn't see him retiring. That's something that he didn't say he wouldn't retire, but he said he was planning on going to wherever the NBA would be after TNT. So I guess Barkley changed his mind. But I've also seen a lot of people saying this is a power move here, trying to see if TNT will bite it and potentially buy the NBA. Buy the NBA right, or buy the NBA TV rights. I don't know. All I know is that basketball would not be the same if the four guys. It's not just Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is amazing. He's funny. He has great basketball knowledge. He's hilarious. It's not just Barkley. It's all four of them. It's Shaq. It's Barkley. It's Kenny Smith. It's Ernie Johnson. All four of these guys, the NBA will be a lot different if the four of them are not covering it. And not separately, I mean together. A lot of people watch basketball. There are a handful of people who potentially have watched basketball in the past, but have stopped watching basketball because of how they dislike the way it's played nowadays. But they still tune in to Inside the NBA and watch these four guys, even though they don't watch basketball. I've heard there are some people, I've read this, people in comment sections of clips of the four of them on Inside the NBA. People have said, I'm not a sports fan, I've never been a sports fan, or people saying, I hate sports, but I watch these four guys. These four guys, Barkley, Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson, Shaq, they're hilarious. And the fact that the four, after next season, the four of them will not be together, whether it's because Barkley's retiring or it's because, the NBA is not going to, the NBA is not going to be on TNT anymore, and, TNT's losing the NBA TV rights. It's definitely, it's not great for the fans that, we're losing the blessing of getting to watch and listen to these four guys right here cover the game of basketball. But if this is really ending, if Barkley's really retiring, and these four are really gonna do a farewell tour this upcoming season, it's gonna be a huge year next year, because I know a lot of people are going to be sad, but if it's Barkley's last year and it's TNT's potential last year, or if just inside the NBA's last year, it should be celebrated. Obviously, we all want them to stay, but if that's absolutely out of the question, these four should get a farewell tour and definitely should be celebrated by the whole league and every fan. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.